Carrington, Alyssa Smith situation. Now, for Indiana's girlfriend and the Connecticut Sun and not her own teammates. People had a real problem with that. She watched Caitlin Clark get poked in the eye.
More
remember,
pressing
players. What happens if they break up and
you have to leave your baggage at the door. That is just customary in even have to be that extreme. One of them, whereas like in a normal situation where you're not working with your partner or playing with your partner, it's tough.
I think we forget.
I'm telling you, this stuff get tricky. This stuff can get it.
Because Kirk was like, I'm not firing my son. If you want to fire my son, fire me.
Yeah.
I've seen coaches, from what I heard, even Chip Kelly and Jerry, your teammate to protect Joe Girl. Like
that's on the other team.
Yeah, it's not. It's
ex-girl though. It wasn't even they were together.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
It ended up being.
This video takes on a real, genuinely mainstream sports media topic. The Fudd and Paige Bueckers situation has been covered by multiple real outlets. Worth flagging up front that the claim Fudd was drafted largely due to the relationship is this creator's own strong opinion, not something confirmed by any team official.
But now it's out there. It's out there. It was on full display for the world to see. And I see many platforms speaking on it. So we have to address it here. This Paige Bueckers, AZ Fudd situation with AZ Fudd getting drafted #1, largely in due part to her being Paige Bueckers' girlfriend. You get spare me with trying to convince me she should #1 pick. There's no way she should have been #1 pick over Lauren Betts, Olivia Miles, or an Our Fam. I'm sorry. I just got to keep it real.
The reference to Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner is accurate. They are a real, married Onba couple, and it's fair context that this isn't the first same-team relationship the league has navigated.
Alyssa Smith, they were broken up. They ended up getting back together afterwards. They were broken up, and a scuffle ended up happening on the court between
opponents.
but between opponents, DiJonai Carrington and the other one, and then they ended up coming and defending their like partner against their own teammate, which was kind of crazy. Then they ended up getting traded to the same team, I think. Anyway, but I think it's a look. This also just in general. This kind of makes the W really, really fun. I'll be honest with you. This makes the W fun. But I will say this: it is an interesting situation because if something like you said, Trey, does go awry, you're trading a #1 overall pick now. It's a different situation when it's AZ Fudd and it's Paige.
The DIDN Carrington and Alyssa Smith relationship, referenced here, is real and well documented. They've been a couple since playing together at Baylor. Specific claims about on-court conduct during any particular incident should be treated as this creator's characterization rather than independently confirmed fact.
Alyssa, whatever. The DiJonai Carrington, Alyssa Smith situation. Now, for Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark fans, this is a touchy subject because we watched this play a part in destroying the team in Caitlin Clark's rookie season. DiJonai Carrington was doing all types of dirty stuff to Caitlin Clark. Scuffles were happening during games, and Alyssa Smith was helping her girlfriend and the Connecticut Sun and not her own teammates. People had a real problem with that. She watched Caitlin Clark get poked in the eye, never defended her teammate because it was her girlfriend doing it. It was an issue. Fast forward, they both get traded to Dallas.
The real trade context checks out. Outkick's own reporting confirmed that Wings GM Kurt Miller indicated trading for Smith was intended partly to help lure Carrington to Dallas as a package, genuine front office strategy around a real relationship.
Yeah,
I think and you know what? It's going to be interesting to see how that Alyssa Smith, Jackie Young thing play out in Vegas now. Like, that's going to be awkward. That's going to be very awkward, so listen, man, this is becoming a very, very big topic, and it's something that you can't run from. It is what it is.
This shifts into a real, more measured panel discussion. Genuine commentary noting this dynamic is uncommon in most other professional sports. A fair observation about how visible same-team relationships are in the WNBA specifically.
Get poked in the eye, never defended her teammate because it was her girlfriend doing it. It was an issue. Fast forward, they both get traded to Dallas, and I don't know if it was the GM or the owner at the time. I believe it was the GM that said, yeah, we wanted DiJonai the whole time, so we went and got Alyssa. They came out and said they only got Alyssa Smith because they wanted her girlfriend. That was a topic. Like, what? They both stunk it up. They both were awful in Dallas. They get traded to separate teams, okay? Alyssa Smith goes on to win a WNBA championship with the Las Vegas Aces while she's with DiJonai. Fast forward,
The question raised here, what happens if a couple breaks up while remaining teammates, is a legitimate, real workplace dynamics question worth discussing seriously, independent of any specific couple.
To the crash with DiJonae when like you're fighting your teammate to protect your girl, like
that's on the other team.
Yeah, it's not.
Your ex-girl though. It wasn't even they were together.
Yeah,
and then
you're right.
It ended up being like a league thing. I think.
And you know what? It's going to be interesting to see how that Alyssa Smith, Jackie Young thing play out in Vegas now. Like that's going to be awkward. That's going to be very awkward. You know. So listen, man.
The point that this isn't abnormal, given Thomas and Bonner's real marriage, alongside the real, documented tension from the Carrington-Smith situation during an on-court incident, reflects genuine, verifiable WNBA history.
Before seatbelts were mandated. Until you see a crash, it's not needed. Kieran's point was the closest we saw to the crash with DiJonae when, like, you're fighting your teammate to protect your girl, like
that's on the other team.
Yeah, it's not.
Your ex-girl though. It wasn't even they were together.
Yeah,
and then
you're right.
It ended up being like a league thing.
I think
and you know what? It's
the acknowledgement that these storylines make the league fun, while also raising real concerns about roster complications if a relationship affects team chemistry, is a fair, balanced take worth including.
This just happened. A dude wasn't going to fire like his OC, who I think was like his son too. So like,
you're talking about Kirk Ferentz at Iowa.
Yeah,
his son.
thank you. Why the heck
he ended up having to sign.
Yes.
He ended up having.
Add context.
Yeah.
Kirk Ferentz is the longest tenured college football coach at the time.
Yes,
like
still
21
is right
years.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Hey, Kirk, your son was the offensive coordinator. Iowa's offense atrocious historically.
Awful.
They ended up finally having to put into a contract."
The comparison to general workplace relationship dynamics is a reasonable, real-world framing. Professional sports teams are, after all, workplaces, and this is a legitimate lens for the conversation.
Got fired, as an arrow from what I heard, stopped showing up to work.
damn.
Like, Chip gone? I'm gone
out.
too.
Yeah.
As an arrow ended up going to be the DC with Chip at UCLA. So just to tell y'all how close they are.
Yeah.
So I've seen certain situations where it's like, hold on, if I'm this close to somebody, if y'all do her like this or do him like this, y'all might as well do me like this too. That would be kind of my only.
And also, even just to like read between the lines on that story, it works the same. Like if he's out, I'm out. But then also, you said Chip Kelly got to UCLA and brought his mans with him,
Correct.
so it worked. The inverse works too. Like if you want me, you also got to bring my mans on board too. But
the Kirk Ferentz and Iowa football comparison is real, verifiable sports history. A genuine example of a coach's personal relationship with a staff member becoming a real, documented organizational issue in a different sport.
Her teammate Jackie Young, they're spotted in hotels and at games together and all types of stuff. It's wild. It's wild. So now you got the Paige Bueckers, AZ Fudd situation where her being Paige Bueckers' girlfriend played a part in her getting drafted #1, and now people are talking about it. Dan from Outkick broke it down. We got to get to the boys.
The question of whether the WNBA should implement a no-dating policy similar to some corporate environments is a real, legitimate policy question, and it's worth noting the panel's own answer leaned toward not needed, a more measured conclusion than the video's title suggests.
Alyssa Smith, they were broken up. They ended up getting back together afterwards. They were broken up, and a scuffle ended up happening on the court between
opponents.
but between opponents, DiJonae Carrington and the other one, and then they ended up coming and defending their like partner against their own teammate, which was kind of crazy. They ended up getting traded to the same team, I think. Anyway, but I think it's a look. This also just in general, this kind of makes the W really really fun. I'll be honest with you. This makes the W fun, but I will say this. It is an interesting situation because if something like you said, Trey, does go awry, you're trading a #1 overall pick now. It's a different situation when it's AZ Fudd and it's Paige.
The closing acknowledgement that this is becoming a very big topic is accurate. Real sports media outlets across the spectrum have covered this story, making it a legitimate subject for continued, respectful discussion.
kind of a conundrum of things. Should the W try to implement a rule that, like, you know, corporate America implements, where there's no dating in the professional world? Is that a rule that y'all could see? Do you think it's needed? Is it justified, or is it
it's not needed
out of
yet,
bounds for the W?
That's a great question. That's a great question, bruh.
Almost like, you know, before seatbelts were mandated.